In a world consumed by validation, it's tempting to broadcast every move, every goal, every milestone. But there's wisdom in restraint. Not everything needs to be shared. Some of your most powerful work is best done in silence. Your truest growth often happens behind closed doors, away from applause, free from scrutiny. Strategic secrecy isn't about being secretive. It's about being smart. It's about preserving energy, protecting vision, and focusing on execution rather than exhibition. It's about choosing privacy over praise until the fruits of your labor are undeniable. Let's explore 10 key principles behind this mindset, the kind of approach that builds quiet momentum and eventually leads to loud success. Silence shields vision. When you first conceive an idea, it's like a seed, fragile, vulnerable, exposed. Share it too soon, and you risk trampling it before it has roots. Your vision doesn't need validation. It needs incubation. Speaking too early opens the door to opinions, doubts, and distractions that can weaken your resolve. Protect your ideas like a gardener protects a seedling with care, caution, and consistency. Vision thrives in silence. Let your work grow underground until it's strong enough to withstand storms. Energy spent on talking is energy lost from doing. Every time you speak about your next move, your brain feels rewarded, as if you've already achieved it. This is dangerous. It tricks you into complacency. You celebrate the announcement instead of the action. Talking feels like progress, but it isn't. Progress is quiet. It's the 5 a.m. hustle, the extra hour at night, the long days when no one sees you. But you're building something extraordinary. Save your breath. Let your efforts speak instead. Private progress prevents premature pressure. Once you share your goals, people start watching. They ask questions, they expect updates. Suddenly, you're not building for yourself. You're performing for others. This can create anxiety and pressure. Now, instead of growing naturally, you're rushing to prove a point. And when you stumble, the fall feels heavier because now there's an audience. But when your progress is private, mistakes become lessons, not public shame. You grow at your own pace. That's the power of strategic secrecy. It removes the spotlight until you're ready for it. Secrecy preserves authenticity. When you constantly share your journey, you begin tailoring it for approval. You start shaping your goals not based on your values, but based on how others will perceive them. Strategic secrecy keeps your mission pure. No likes, no followers, no noise, just you, your purpose, and the road ahead. When no one is watching, your actions are more honest. You're driven by purpose, not performance. And in that authenticity, you discover who you truly are and what you're truly capable of. Quiet work attracts real results. People respect results. Not posts, not announcements, not promises. Results. When you move in silence and suddenly emerge with something undeniable, whether it's a business, a body, a book, a breakthrough, the world takes notice. That's the kind of respect you don't have to beg for. You earn it by showing, not telling. So stop chasing attention. Chase mastery. Let the excellence of your work be your voice. You don't owe anyone an explanation. One of the greatest freedoms you can claim in life is the right to move without permission. You don't need to explain why you're changing, growing, building, or disappearing for a while. When you operate quietly, you reclaim control over your time, your energy, and your decisions. You stop managing other people's expectations and start managing your own destiny. Those who truly understand will support you, even if they don't know what you're up to. And those who don't, they were never your responsibility to begin with. The right time to speak is after you deliver. There's a time to be quiet, and there's a time to be loud. But the loudest time should be when the work is done, when the goal is met, when the victory is real. That's when your story inspires. That's when people lean in and listen. Because now, you're not selling a dream, you're presenting results. Your story carries weight, not just words. So hold off on the declarations. Build it first. Win in silence. Then speak from a place of strength. Secrecy sharpens focus. Focus is fragile. Every distraction dilutes it. And in the age of oversharing, the biggest distraction can be your own mouth. Strategic secrecy is a discipline. It keeps your eyes on the mission. When you're not worried about how it looks to others, you can give your full attention to how it feels, how it works, and how to make it better. You don't need to keep up appearances. You need to keep your momentum. Silence simplifies, and simplicity breeds success. Privacy guards against sabotage. Not everyone cheering for you is cheering for you. When you broadcast your plans, you invite opinions. Not all of them supportive. Some will plant seeds of doubt. Some will copy. Some will quietly root for your failure. It's not paranoia. It's reality. Strategic secrecy is a shield. It keeps your plans safe from critics, competitors, and the well-meaning but misguided voices that don't understand your journey. Let them wonder. Let them guess. By the time they see what you're building, it'll be too late to stop it. The journey is more sacred without an audience. When you build in silence, something powerful happens. You fall in love with the process. Not the praise, not the likes, not the recognition, just the work itself. You find fulfillment in effort, joy in progress, peace in discipline. And when the results come, they're a bonus, not the reason. That's the kind of achievement that lasts, because it was built from the inside out, rooted in purpose, grown in privacy, and revealed with pride, not for applause, but because it's ready. Closing thoughts. Silence is strength. In a world shouting for attention, choose the quiet path. Choose the path of patience, purpose, and private work. Not because you're hiding, but because you're building. True achievement doesn't demand the world to watch. It simply requires you to keep going. Every quiet step matters. Every unnoticed hour adds up. And when the time comes, when the moment is right, your results will speak volumes. Let the world be surprised by your success. That's the reward of strategic secrecy. Build quietly, rise privately, win loudly,